My journal. I read something about self-worth the other day and I shared it with one of my friends. And she said it really gave her something that she needed to hear. So I'm going to read that, but before I get into it, I just want to talk about self-worth a little bit. Self-worth is kind of like a savings account. You have to be the one contributing to it. And if you don't, you're not just going to wake up overnight and find $10,000 there waiting for you. It's just not going to happen. And it's one of those things that, especially when we're young, people like to steal from us. And because we're just children, we don't know how to defend ourselves. So we just let them take and take. And so even if we were born with some self-worth, like something in our savings account, granted by God or whatever, usually people take it from us. And it's because, people growing up have very fragile sense of self. And a lot of kids, a lot of people, even adults, they feel better about themselves by making other people feel worse. So that's why they steal from us. So we all kind of grow up with people who diminish our sense of worth. And sometimes unconsciously, just by treating us badly, just by treating us like, we're kind of worthless or not deserving of love in some way. And I think pretty much everyone on this earth becomes wounded adults because of that. I don't think I've ever met a single person in my life who has like a solid sense of self-worth. They might have egos, but a strong ego doesn't replace self-worth. I think a strong ego is like a coping mechanism, it's a defense. When you realize you don't have that sense of inner worth, you create a very strong and powerful ego so it can stand in the place of genuine self-worth, but it's not. You know how you know it's not a replacement for self-worth? When somebody tries to give you love. If your first reaction is to reject it or doubt it or not trust it, then it's not genuine. It's not self-worth. It was just a mask. Because the reason we reject love, the reason we don't trust love and affection and everything like that is because we genuinely don't feel like we deserve it, or there's something like fundamentally wrong with us that we won't be able to get that we don't deserve it. Simple as that. And all of this is subconscious, The thing about a strong ego is it pushes away love. It pushes away genuine love. Like I said, because it doesn't feel like it deserves it. When somebody has self-worth, imagine like a child who genuinely hasn't experienced anything like that made them doubt their sense of worth. They'll just accept love. If they're given, they will just accept it. They will take it wholeheartedly. Why would they doubt love? It's like they were born to receive it. Something interesting to think about. Okay, I'm gonna read what I wrote now. This might be a little bit like, I don't know, take it if it resonates. It might be cringe for some people, but I don't know. Like I said, it helped my friend when I read it to her, so I'm just going to read it as I wrote it. Humans are little divine gifts, each one so specific. Imagine the right person receiving that gift, that they can enjoy so much. Such a beautiful heavenly creature they would be perceived as, and they would believe themselves to be. Imagine the wrong person. Not only would they not be able to appreciate or enjoy them, but they wouldn't even be able to understand them. Like, what a useless gift this is. It doesn't even do anything for me. I don't even want to play with it. So they just put them on a shelf to collect dust. Imagine the self-worth of that person, that gift, who was never received. Just a cosmic mishap, a misalignment that they went to the wrong person. Maybe Santa's list got messed up. But the only way for them to get out is to not believe this perception that they're worthless. Is by believing themselves, remembering themselves as a gift again. That they're a wonderful, unique little thing that not everyone can appreciate or understand. Like a fidget slug, for example. If you don't know, I used to make fidget slugs. I'll show you one at the end. For the wrong person, it would only be a useless piece of plastic. But for the right person, it could change their experience of life. It could awaken their senses and bring them back to life. Did the inherent value of the slug change based on the circumstances? Of course not. Only the experience. It's a very sad and difficult thing to realize that your love was the wrong gift for the person you are trying to love. To realize that they didn't want it, and that they were never truly inspired to love you back. A cosmic accident? Unlikely. But a lesson? Most definitely. Just to realize that this isn't it. This isn't love. And for the right person, you are a gift that they would feel lucky to receive from the universe, that they would cherish and appreciate to have in their reality every day. So you see, there's no such thing as not being good enough. You can only aim to be the best version of yourself, and that could still just be the wrong gift for someone. So rejection doesn't mean something was ever wrong with you. Rejection either means it was the wrong person, or in rare occasions, just the wrong time. You could be the perfect gift for someone, but they might not be able to receive you in that moment. They might be lost or overwhelmed in their reality, so they will leave you on the shelf. Maybe they realize that you're something that would make sense for them, but when the nervous system is in survival mode, they're not able to enjoy anything, including the most perfect gift. They just have to go through what they're going through and come out the other end first. In the calm after the storm, that gift on the shelf will catch their eye again, and this time they will have the space empty enough in their soul to recognize it, to receive it. Maybe they will even be healed enough to enjoy it. Still not about you, not about the gift. You were perfect, they were not ready. So you must take care of yourself, you see, because you're someone's divine blessing. So that's what I wrote. I hope it resonates. This is the fidget slug that I was referring to. I used to 3D print these. It's like a sensory / fidget toy. I like the sound. One summer I was selling them down at the beachfront area here in Italy. And, a lot of people have never seen anything like this. And they didn't even understand what a fidget toy is. So I was kind of trying to explain to them, it's to relax, it's to when you want to keep your hands busy and you start playing with your hair or like a rope or something. Like this is kind of a replacement for that. And it's such a specific gift, right? Like it's so unique, but it's also so specific. And to the right person, I became obsessed with these. That's why I was making them. I became obsessed with these. So for the right person, this is such a cool gift. And to the wrong person, like I was saying, the people on the beachfront, to the wrong person, it's just like a worthless piece of plastic, Or like fidget slugs. Some people just will never get it because this is not what they need. This is not what they want. And yeah, when you grow up around people who don't recognize your worth, it kind of feels like being a rejected fidget slug. And you just sit on the shelf and you're like, oh shit, maybe I am worthless. But you're not, you're precious. Another sign that you might have a damaged sense of self-worth, let's say, is if you take other people's disinterest, silence, or rejection very personally. If it hits you in a very personal way, like if somebody doesn't get back to you or they ghost you, or I don't know, they just pull away from you in some way energetically. Whatever event might be triggering how that person treats you, it has nothing to do with you, right? It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. But if you feel it as if it's oh, of course they didn't get back to me, I suck. Or of course they didn't get back to me. I'm so undesirable. Nobody would ever like me. If that's the story your brain falls back into repeating, that's your past repeating in your head. That's not the reality of a situation. It's just most people's attitudes towards you have nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you. Everybody's fighting their own battles. Everybody's busy with their own reality. They're busy with their own goals, struggles, their own wounds. When people are traumatized, when your nervous system is out of whack, right? And I know this from personal experience, you have no space in your heart to give anything to anyone. It's not personal, right? You're just barely surviving. And a lot of people are traumatized and a lot of people are barely surviving, barely meeting their basic needs, throughout their days. So when we take somebody else's actions and responses to us personally and make it about us, it's painful. That really hurts us. We're actually hurting ourselves. We're hurting ourselves over and over again by telling ourselves that it's about us when it's not. It's not personal. It's not about us. It's about them. And the second option is that they're the wrong person. In which case, the wrong person would never appreciate this. So if somebody is treating you like, ew, what is this? I don't even know what to do with you. If somebody's treating you like that, they are the wrong person and they will never appreciate you. So you could stay with that person and just hope that one day they'll learn to appreciate you. Or you can remember that you're somebody's gift, but not this person's. Goodbye. Goodbye. You have to free yourself from the people who don't see you, don't value you, and don't appreciate you. You have to free yourself from those people so that you can find the right people. You can find your tribe. You can find your people for whom you will be a gift, who will appreciate you because they want you, because they've been looking for you. I was looking for this. I've been looking for this my whole life. When I found this, I was like, this is amazing. I would never let this sit on a shelf and collect dust. Like, I'm going to use this and appreciate this. It doesn't change the inherent value of this slug, of this gift. It is still a gift, whether it was able to be received or rejected, whether it was appreciated or ignored. It doesn't change the fact that this is a fucking gift. And so are you. I know it's a lot to go from not having self-worth to believing that you're a divine gift. And that's why I say self-worth is like a savings account, because really you have to contribute to it, especially after going through trauma and things like that, where nobody gave you the reassurance that you are a divine blessing. If you went through that experience, literally the only way to reverse it is just little by little putting some sense of worth back into yourself, just like a savings account, right? Little by little, whatever you have to spare. Maybe at first it'll be as small as believing that you're not the worst thing in the world. Like baby steps, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe I have some value to somebody, even if I've never seen that being reflected back to me. And eventually, you know, little by little, baby steps, like you'll be able to start feeling yourself again. And when you start feeling yourself and start appreciating yourself for who you are, right? Like I wrote, you can only aim to be the best version of you. So if you went your whole life trying to be someone else, I mean, you could be the best version of you or the worst version of somebody you're not. Because you can't be someone you're not. So you're going to be like a bad representation of if you're trying to be someone you're not, right? You're going to be fake. The true beauty of being alive is exactly being able to embody your unique essence, because that's your soul. And I think as children we do that pretty effortlessly. Our true essence is usually pretty apparent when we're young. So if you kind of feel lost or you have no idea, you know, who you really are because you've been faking it for your life, most of your life, try to remember your true essence and what that felt like. Everything else was just a mask that maybe you had to put on to survive this world. Yeah, another thing that can maybe bring you back to yourself is your true desires. Because your true desires will never go away, even if you pretend to be something you're not. Your true desires, like from the depths of your soul, your burning desire for something, that's most likely an indication of what resonates with your true essence. Because I think we're only attracted to things that are ultimately a match to us. Like we tend to gravitate towards what's most like us, even if it looks different on the outside. But the energy of it, like the signature, you will recognize. Like it impacts every single day if you start doubting your self-worth again. Like it will impact everything. It will impact all of your relationships. It will impact your life. It will impact how you feel about yourself and how you navigate through this world. But yeah, it's something you can build up, something you can contribute to, something you can build up, something you can learn to recognize again and learn to accept and remember again that you really are just a unique little gift sent on this earth, and the right person will appreciate you because you're here to be somebody's energetic blessing. I hope that message resonated with somebody. I just really wanted to share. Let me know if you relate. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if you'd like to hear me read more stuff from my journal. Alright, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.